Welcome to Lit with Ernest, where we dive into the world of literature and explore its significance in our lives. Today, we're going to talk about Martin Luther's 95 Theses, a work that shook the foundations of Christianity and paved the way for the Protestant Reformation. Published in 1517, the 95 Theses was a bold critique of the Catholic Church's practice of selling indulgences, which were essentially get-out-of-purgatory-free cards. Luther, a German theologian and monk, argued that this practice was not only corrupt, but also contrary to the teachings of the Bible. He claimed that salvation came through faith alone, not through good works or the purchase of indulgences. To understand the significance of the 95 Theses, it's essential to consider the historical context in which it emerged. The Catholic Church had become a powerful institution, with a strong grip on European society. The sale of indulgences was just one example of how the Church exploited its power for financial gain. Luther's critique of this practice was not only a challenge to the Church's authority, but also a call for reform. From a literary perspective, the 95 Theses is an excellent example of persuasive writing. Luther uses rhetorical devices such as repetition, metaphor, and allusion to make his arguments more compelling. For instance, in Thesis 62, he writes, "The true treasure of the Church is the treasury of merits of Christ and the saints." This statement not only highlights the corruption of the Church, but also emphasizes the importance of faith and good works. The 95 Theses relates to several major literary traditions, including the Renaissance humanism movement, which emphasized the study of classical texts and the potential of human beings to achieve great things through education and reason. Luther's work was also influenced by the writings of earlier reformers, such as John Wycliffe and Jan Hus, who had challenged the authority of the Church. The critical reception of the 95 Theses has evolved significantly over time. Initially, it was seen as a radical and heretical text, and Luther was excommunicated by the Church. However, as the Protestant Reformation gained momentum, the 95 Theses became a foundational document of the movement. Today, it is recognized as a landmark work in the history of Christianity and a powerful example of the impact of literature on society. One of the most significant themes in the 95 Theses is the concept of sola fide, or faith alone. Luther argues that salvation comes through faith in Jesus Christ, rather than through good works or the purchase of indulgences. This idea has had a profound impact on Christian theology and continues to shape Protestant doctrine today. The cultural impact of the 95 Theses cannot be overstated. It has influenced countless works of literature, from John Milton's Paradise Lost to the poetry of George Herbert. The idea of individual conscience and resistance to authority, which is central to the 95 Theses, has also shaped modern Western democracy. The concept of separation of church and state, for example, owes a debt to Luther's critique of the Church's abuse of power. In conclusion, Martin Luther's 95 Theses is a work of profound literary and historical significance. Its themes of faith, reform, and individual conscience continue to resonate with readers today. Like this episode if it hit true. Share it if you respect honest talk about books. Subscribe because we'll do this again. Until our next chapter, remember, good literature, like good living, demands both courage and attention. This is Ernest, signing off.